There we go.
Looks good.
It's Albert now.
All right. We are in business, people.
Yes, we are. So you can record at the same time
Okay.
so that we don't forget.
Sorry, I'm juggling 3 balls at the same times, but
Yeah, I
we
know.
are all good and we are in business.
Yes, we
Just
are.
like Forrest Gump say, we're in business. Welcome to Wednesday, our daily casual, goofy conversation. Today we have our special guest, Katie Mitchell. Yay, Katie. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here with you ladies.
Yeah, we're excited too. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Good, good.
So today, Katie is joining us all the way in Arizona, right?
Utah.
Utah. Okay, almost there, but not quite.
No, actually, I'm not far from Arizona, so.
Well, it's
Yeah.
out in the desert anyway.
Yeah.
But so glad to have you here. So we're gonna do our little bit of introduction, and then we're gonna get to your story. I can't wait to hear what you have to share with our audience. Sarah, why don't you go ahead?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarah M. Again, good to see you and thank you for tuning in. Just want to go very quickly because we have guests today. I'll just go very brief introduction. I'm Sarah M. Again, I was born in Cambodia and I grew up there, and then my country turned upside down because of the communist regime took over, and everybody probably remember what happened to Cambodia. It's the killing fields happened during the 1975 and 79. The bad thing is I got trapped in there, but thank God I survived and God protected me, and I got out from the country, and finally I arrived in the United States, and cannot say enough about how grateful I am to be free finally, and to live in a safe, peaceful country, and get to meet beautiful, wonderful people. And I'm here since 1981, 39 years ago. I wrote my journey in my book. It's called How I Survived the Killing Fields. You can find my book at sarahim.com/book. So that's all I want to say today. I just want to give a microphone back to Lee.
Okay, I'm going to be brief also because we're running a little late. My name is Lee Tran, and I am, on the other hand, came from Vietnam 40 years ago, also as a refugee status. And I swim the ocean to cross the, I didn't swim the ocean. I hop on the boat and get to Indonesia and be there for 8 months. So home below, we get sponsored by a Lutheran church that settled in Minnesota when we first came. But anyhow, today's conversation is about thriving. And for the last 40 years, I have been doing nothing but continue to thrive thanks to the people in this country. And I too just wrote my memoir, and it just published about less than 2 months ago. So it's on Amazon and it's also on my website. It's called I Did Not Miss the Boat. Just literally and metaphorically, that I didn't miss any opportunity, didn't miss the boat. And the message here is I don't want you to miss your boat, your opportunity to thrive in life as well. So today we have another thriving story from Katie Mitchell, and I can't wait to hear her telling us that how she thrived um, from herself, from, you know, her story is really inspiring from being somebody that she didn't think much of it, and now she is doing all kind of stuff, and I'm gonna let her share it with you. So welcome, Katie. And if you could tell our audience a little bit about yourself and what aspect that you thrive and how your mindset have changed from one spectrum to the other.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me. I've watched many of your conversations, and so it's an honor to now be part of it. I love that when you ladies have guests, it's really just an organic conversation, and we're all just people on the screen that are doing what you said and really just taking those next steps in order to become better, a better version of ourselves, and thrive and just have a positive impact on those around us. So I love that, you know, you ladies are both so inspiring with your stories. And speaking of stories, I think that, you know, every single person has a story, whether you think it's important or not, it is. I mean, and all of our stories look so different, but they're so powerful. You never know who needs to hear what you have to say, what you've been through, how you have overcome or are overcoming, and who's going to resonate with you. So, you know, I'll just share a little bit about myself, but right now I'm in a stage of life where I'm raising young kids. And so that's pretty much the first part of my identity these days. But I'm happily married, been married 11 and a half years now. So love my husband, Mike. We met online. And then we have 3 young boys, and they are, let's see, our oldest is 10. Our middle one will be 6 on Thanksgiving this year in about a month. And then our baby just turned 2 last week, and they're all boys. They're all energetic. They're crazy.
Lots of testosterone around you.
Yes.
And a boy dog too. You don't tell me you have boy dogs too.
No, we actually have a female dog, thank goodness. So, but I just feel like God has a sense of humor, because I grew up in a house of 3 girls. I'm the oldest of 3 girls.
Okay.
And I am very much a girly girl. Like, I love anything girly, sparkly, like nails, makeup, hair. That's you too.
Yeah.
And now to have 3 rough and tough boys, like, but I will say, I couldn't imagine it any other way. I really am a boy mom. As girly as I am, I still, you know, I get to have my girl time when I need it with friends, and my husband's so good about encouraging me to do that. And my boys, they are so sweet, and there is nothing like that mother-son relationship. So I'm very blessed that, you know, I feel like I have an amazing relationship with each of my 3 sons, and they're all in different stages of life. So so that's, you know, that's my main focus right now in life. But also, I have a heart for just helping others, inspiring other people, helping them believe in themselves. And I'm also really passionate about health and wellness. And I've been on a health journey myself for, it was about 8 years now. And it started as physical health for me, but it's really, it's like layers of an onion, where I've just discovered all these different layers and aspects to my own wellness. And then now, like, I've just become so passionate about it. I just love to share that with other people. So,
well, I had discovered something that I had not known before. I mean, I met you, I would say at least 3-4 months now, and we were mastermind group a number of months, but I had no idea you've been through a journey of health. Like I would just kind of accidentally saw on your signature, and you had a little video talking about the journey of you losing 60 pounds or 30 pounds, or like number of significance of pounds, and to get to the healthy journey. And we'd like to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, and if it's okay, I can even put a link to the little video in the comments here, but I think it's only like 2 or 3 minutes. It's on YouTube. My friend made that for me. Yeah, 65 pounds, believe it or not, and I've lost that multiple times. So I have actually always, I don't want to say always, but for many years, I have contended with being at a healthy weight, and it's been very difficult for me to lose weight, let alone even maintain it. And that started, I would say it started in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I
So
love
at that
food.
15 pounds, college.
The freshman 15,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. Did either of you deal with the freshman 15 or
Oh,
anything
luckily,
like that?
no, I am so lucky I did not. Yeah, I don't have a lot of height. So if any 15, I will become a ball. You just kind of roll me around.
That's true. I know height, it really does make a difference. Like every inch you can see, see more.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I say, like when people find out I lost 65 pounds, they're like, what? You don't even look like you had 65 to lose, but I am on the taller side. I'm about 5'8", 5 feet 8 inches. So, 10 pounds, you might not be able to see much on me, but I saw it and I felt it. That is the biggest thing. And, I love food. I have an emotional relationship to food. And, that's true for a lot of us. Like food is just, it's such a social thing,
No,
What do you
it's
do when you
comforting.
celebrate?
I mean, like when I can't control the situation, I know I can tackle food because I know I can control that. Well, not in a good way. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
when
Well,
I'm
it makes you,
stressed,
it
I
makes
eat.
you feel better.
I worry, I eat. I stress, I eat. I'm happy, I eat. Is almost like,
Yeah.
it's a comforting thing. But
Yes.
I
And
think it's the
so,
portion. I think it's the portion that is really important. And Sarah is
yeah.
in the health um, expert too. She's also in the health and wellness area too. So you can chime in. What is your take on health, on food?
Yeah, but I like to hear Katie's story. What happened? Why did you lose that much weight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, over time, so the pounds packed on starting in college. Then I had my first baby, and I put on about an average amount of weight, but I had already been struggling a little bit before I got pregnant. And then I lost a good bit of it, but not all of it. And then when our oldest was 9 months old, my mother passed away. She was only 57. This was the turning point for me. Uh, she had a 19 and a half month battle with pancreatic cancer.
Oh.
And so I forget, I was in my 20s. I was young when she passed away, and she was young, 57.
Yeah.
To me, that's,
Yeah.
her mother lived to be in her 90s. So it was very shocking and traumatic because I thought, what in the world? I thought like she will live to an old age like my Nana did,
Yeah.
So when she passed away, I ate my feelings. I was a full-time classroom teacher before I had my baby. I was a first grade teacher. So that's what I started out doing in my career, was teaching. And for multiple reasons, I chose to stay home after having him. I was blessed to have that choice to do that. I wanted to spend more time with my mom before she passed away because I knew it was going to happen. And so because I was a stay-at-home mom and I was at home all day with my baby, and I wasn't going to sit there and cry in front of him all day. So what did I do? I went to the kitchen to make myself feel better. And I packed on about 50 pounds of what I call grief weight. And so that coupled with the weight that I still hadn't lost, the baby weight, I mean, it just spiraled out of control. My health did. But, when you're fresh in the grief, the phases of grief, like those beginning phases, I wasn't ready to deal with anything with my health. I mean, I was just trying to get through day by day. And so it was about 2 years after my mom passed away that I really just took a look in the mirror and kind of went inward and was like, something's got to change, because not only do I not look like myself anymore, I don't feel like myself. I just don't feel good, mentally or physically. And so that was the turning point for me. Was I had seen a picture of myself with my husband, and we both had put on quite a bit of weight the previous year or two. And that's when I decided that something had to change. And so I remember having a conversation with my husband, and I had tried so many times, you know, to lose a few pounds, and it was always so difficult. And so it got to the point where I had heard an advertisement on the radio for this program that ended up being what I did to lose the weight. My husband and I actually did it together, and I don't know if he realized how much weight he needed to lose, but it was 2013. Together we lost, well, he lost 70 pounds and I lost 65. It was only about 6 months for me and about 4 months for him. He lost it. Of course, men lose it easier and quicker. But, and what it did was, you know, it gave me a lot of physical benefits, but also mental and emotional. Like it just gave me belief in myself and made me just overall happier and able to cope with with life a little bit easier, a little bit better. And that's what started my health journey back in 2013. So yeah. Oh, you're muted.
See. So I might have to turn off my video just to get the better quality of the internet, I think.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Sorry, you're gonna have to look at us in the still picture just to try to get the internet to stabilize. But so you have been able to maintain this health, and what is the secret that you do beside being more active, and how do you control your food intake?
Well, I maintained my weight loss until I got pregnant again and had my second child. And naturally, you know, weight came back. However, I went back to my old habits. We had moved and I was stressed, homesick, depressed, even though we had wanted to move where we did. It was kind of harder than I realized. And once again, I went back to eating my stress, eating my feelings, put a lot of weight on in that pregnancy, like 70 pounds. It was crazy. And then I had my baby and I did the same thing to get it off again. So long story short with that, I learned the hard way multiple times that the key to really staying healthy, getting healthy and staying healthy is to change the 6 inches between our ears, our mindset, our habits, because if you go back to doing what you were doing before, you're going to go back to where you were, you know, whatever that is. So yeah, I learned the hard way. I gotta change my habits.
But what's the method? What's the method of the mindset? Like you control your portion, or you do more exercise, or what exactly that you maintain the situation that you don't gain back to where you were?
A big thing is portion. I mean, if you go out to eat, which we love to go out to eat, like you get a lot of food. So definitely portion control. Being mindful when you're eating, you know, as a stay-at-home mom of the boys, I'm always in the kitchen making them food like all day long.
And they're eating machine too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right. So, you know, when I'm in there making them food, like I just mindlessly eat as I'm in there. I eat standing up. I just eat. If I'm stressed and I just go into the pantry and grab something. Like it's very easy to become mindless about it. And then that's when those extra calories you start consuming.
So the first thing is pay attention. Whatever you want to grab something, you're gonna say put it down, because I'm not going there, right?
Maybe and maybe you eat with emotion, whatever
that's what all there is all about emotional.
The negative emotion will, you know, play a big role in your eating.
Yes. So even it might be helpful if there's somebody watching that is challenged with this, might even be helpful to put a note on your fridge or your pantry saying, are you really hungry right now?
Funny that my sister-in-law used to do this. She will post a big overweight picture right in front of the refrigerator, like either herself or somebody else. And that every time she get to the refrigerator, that picture just kind of remind her of like, Okay, I'm not going there.
Yeah. What I did too, when I was working on getting it off, I took a favorite shirt that had been too small for me that I could not wait to wear again. And I put that in the very front of all my clothing in my closet. So every time I
Yeah.
opened up my closet,
Mm-hmm.
I made it positive reinforcement, finding
Right.
something that you're really connected to in a positive way to allow it to pull you forward toward your goal.
Yeah.
So every time I open my closet, I was like, oh, I can't wait to wear that beautiful shirt
Yeah.
again, you know?
Yeah.
And I still remember how it felt to be able to put it on. And
Yeah. And I could never imagine you in a heavier weight set look, because to me it just seems like it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's almost look like, you're born skinny.
no, I would never use the word skinny to define myself. I wish.
But I think the first step is to acknowledge that
Yeah.
there's a problem, right? Acknowledge there's a problem that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, I have to say that you have 3 sons that keep you very active too. So that probably is another helping factor.
Yeah, I would love to get out and get some intentional exercise more than I do, you know, like
Uh-huh.
I'm right now, I have a hard time getting to the gym, but I do get a lot of steps in per day. I wear something on my wrist that tracks my steps and it's always pretty high because
Yeah,
yeah, running around, especially after my 2-year-old, but
that's awesome.
yeah.
So
So
go ahead.
as I say, so the first thing will be awareness and just being mindful and
Mhm.
not necessarily even making any changes at first, but just becoming aware and mindful,
Yeah.
and then make a decision and decide what you really want more than anything.
Right. And do you ever feel like you're substituting carrot for potato chips?
I mean, I can't say I ever truly enjoy doing that, to be honest with you, but
Well, I try to do like a smoothie, and I have to say that the genes have a lot of things to do with it. I am lucky. I think I think the heaviest I ever feel is after my son was born, and I had
Mhm.
that extra 10 pound that I could not shake. It was just lingering for years, and I finally did a cleanse, like a 21-day cleanse, and
Mhm.
I lost down 5 pounds. So I was, halfway there. But the
Mhm.
lucky thing is that I am not a heavy set, sort of. I mean, thank God. I mean, he didn't make me tall, but thank God that he didn't make me that easily yo-yo weight, because a lot of people have that easily metabolism, and then you just yo-yo in and out, in and out.
Mhm.
So I'm lucky in that aspect, but I want to get to this thing before I forget. You have another great news that you could share with us, right? I heard about the book.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, all of these years of changes in my health, which led to a lot of personal growth.
Uh-huh.
That was another key to a lot of staying healthy, is like personal growth and mindset. That's led me to meet some amazing people, especially over these past couple years.
Uh-huh.
And you know, the internet is so powerful for connecting us with people. That's why I'm here with both of you. And it led me to this person that basically he gave me the opportunity to contribute in his book. It was a group book, and so I have a chapter. And you know, just recently it kind of was put into my heart that maybe I would love to write a book someday,
Yeah.
but
Hey,
not
this is the
anytime
first step.
soon.
You're an author. You are an author. I mean, it's the compilation book is still an author. So I am very proud, and I'm so happy for you, because I saw that on the post that you get the book, and I was just like so thrilled. And this is all during COVID while you are moving
Yeah.
and crazy between one state to the other, right? You were in Pennsylvania and you drive all the way to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that journey, and
Yeah, I
how's the
mean,
writing be possible with 3 boys and a road, and this is just like packed full of agenda.
I,
So that's just
I don't
amazing.
know. I don't know how it happened. he presented me with this opportunity right before we moved, and that's such a God story of why and how we moved, and it happened really quickly. We moved from Pennsylvania to southern Utah to the desert. It all happened in a matter of 2.5 months, and then I've been here 2 months, and I love it here so much. It is such a blessing. I'm sitting here looking out my window in my office at mountains all around me. It's just beautiful. But during this whole process, I was given this opportunity, and I thought it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. So I said, sure, I would love to contribute. And I was honored that, that he approached me with this. And the deadline was the day that we were moving. So I was a little bit late getting my chapter in, but what I did was I dictated it into my phone first. I kind of just took like that stream of consciousness and I made some notes, and then I just dictated it, and then I put it on the computer and edited it. And this was while we were camping across the country.
Talk about multitasking.
So I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people, it's not necessarily a good thing, but I work better under pressure sometimes.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Give me a deadline and I'll fight for it, but give me time and I'm just sitting on it.
Yeah. Right. And that's human nature too. I think for a lot of people.
The urgency, creating things to be done.
So yeah, so it is surreal to see it here.
Oh my God. Magnetic entrepreneur. That is so awesome. Robert Moore. So put it on our link so people can see it, and maybe they'll, want to check that out.
Well, what I like about it is it's a handful of people's stories, and it's basically just like the three of us on the screen. It's people who have found success, who have not necessarily, it says on the back of the book, these entrepreneurs were not born with silver spoons in their mouth. It's people who have taken each step to become better and find success in their lives, however they define that. Yeah. And I think when we hear other people's stories, it's inspiring. And so I think that that's what this book can offer people.
And I think during this COVID time, it's really, in a sense, that is, it's a tragic for many people who lost lives and people who lost their loved ones, but it's also a lot of disguised opportunity for people who didn't have the time to pursue things that they want. And so I've got a COVID baby too. I have a book out just because I have the extra time during COVID. And I think many inspiration story, and people are stepping up because what do we do when we are in the crisis? We look for inspiration. We look for stories so we can fight for, whatever we believe in. And I think this is a great thing, and is a great way to see other women that thriving, and powerful stories just start to develop, and it is just awesome. It's just really fantastic to see a lot of people who are success, and you're one of them. So congratulations.
Thank you. And congratulations to you as well. I've watched you in your process with your book, and I'm just amazed. I remember the first time that we crossed paths, and I went and watched your TED Talk on your story, and I was just like, that story, I mean, it gave me goosebumps. I just felt everything that you were sharing. You're such a gifted storyteller and speaker, and I know it's your story, like it's real, and that's why you can feel it, because it's what you went through. So now to be able to put that in a book, and I know you worked really hard on that. So
yeah, I think, a lot of time opportunities here, but if we're not prepared and we're not working hard, the opportunity just going to slip by, and you're going to go find somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, what you focus on, you will find. There are opportunities. I should have had it written down. I don't know if you've seen opportunity. You can write opportunity is now here with no spaces, and you can see opportunity is now here or opportunity is nowhere. It's all about perspective, and if you're open.
Yes. Yes. Now here, nowhere. That's pretty much the same spelling, right? Now here or nowhere is how you take it. So I really am glad that we crossed paths, and I'm watching your journey, and it's just beautiful to see other people thrive alongside with you. So thank you for being here and thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
So
And Sarah,
what
and
what take you to Utah?
um, a lot of things, but I mean, really, it was divine intervention. I like to say, we just knew that we weren't settled where we were. We didn't know where we wanted to go, but St. George, Utah came into our lives through multiple conversations, and I felt that it was God calling us to um, just like take a look at this place. And we basically had a list of things that we were looking for, and this hit everything on the list. And when we came out to visit in June, it was like we discovered a hidden gem. I mean, it was just, can I just say, like waking up every single day to blue skies and warm, sunny weather with no humidity. It's like, it's perfect. I just love it here. And the mountains are all around, so majestic. The people here are so incredible, so nice and welcoming. I mean, we're new, but I don't even really feel new here. I feel like this
Uh-huh.
is where we're meant to be.
I
Wonderful.
have the same feeling 5 years ago when we moved down to Florida. We just pick up within a couple months, just like you. We just sold the house and we walk away from a job, a business, and not knowing that what we're going to do, but we know that it feels right. Sometimes you just have to trust your gut feeling. Your head make a lot of sense, but sometimes your gut say, you know what, just let's do it, because sometimes the unknown is the place that get you most exciting.
Yeah.
So
The greater the risk, the greater the reward is what I have found.
right. But not to say that we're taking no calculated risk. I mean, you don't want to just foolishly take
No.
the risk without any planning or cushions or things. So
Yeah,
that's not what we're saying, right? I mean, it's like you got to
right.
plan, and you're going to know that if plan A doesn't work, what is plan B is going to be. And
Yep,
especially you've got 3 young kids. So it's something that you don't take it lightly. Just say, okay, let's uproot and just go.
right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so that's awesome, and I know there's a lot more that you can share with us with your new adventure, your entrepreneur, your other thing. But we're running out of time, and I think we're gonna have to have you come back sometime in a couple months or something to share with us what's your next adventure. Um, but so glad to have you here today, and thank you for being here and for sharing your story with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And we were thinking in the back of our mind. It's not really thinking out loud, but I'm saying out loud. We were we might have a reunion sometime.
Yeah, maybe a
It's a
Zoom at
secret.
first.
Nobody
Maybe
know
next
about
year
it.
we'll have a face to face. We have a lot of guests that would, oh my God, so many stories and so many incredible things
Yeah,
that really inspiring us.
Hmm.
And someday we'll play by ear, and we'll let you know if there's something coming up. And we would love to have all our guests coming back.
Oh
yeah,
my
that
gosh,
would be wonderful. Mm.
I would love that. I've met a handful of people face to face that I wouldn't have met if it weren't for, the internet.
Zoom.
And it's like, it's so amazing when you
Yeah,
get to meet them face to
yeah,
face. It's like you've known them and you have that instant connection, and it's been wonderful for every person. And I would love to meet you, both of
yeah.
you face to
Same
face.
here. Same here. Well, thank you folks for listening in. And I think today is where we're going to stop and wrap up and get our conclusion. So we will see you back here tomorrow, and tomorrow's
Tomorrow.
Thursday. So have a great evening. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.